Obsidian, a city hewn from volcanic rock and perpetually bathed in an ethereal twilight, was my home, my sanctuary, and the canvas upon which I etched my existence. My name is Kaelan, and though the unassuming mantle of a carver's apprentice cloaked my days, my nights were a tapestry woven with wonder and an unspoken destiny. With each rising moon, as the obsidian edifices cast elongated shadows that danced and intertwined, the city's true guardians awoke. Gargoyles, not mere sculpted adornments as many believed, but silent sentinels infused with the city's elemental magic and tasked with safeguarding its heart. They were my fascination, my obsession. Their stoic visages and enigmatic nature ignited a fire within me, a yearning to unravel the secrets they held. I recall a night, as crisp as the obsidian air that permeated the city, when my life took an unforeseen turn. While delving into the labyrinthine catacombs beneath the city's central square, driven by an insatiable curiosity that had always been my companion, I stumbled upon a hidden chamber. Its very air crackled with an energy both ancient and potent, and the walls were adorned with runes that seemed to breathe with an otherworldly luminescence. With trembling hands, I began to decipher the archaic symbols, piecing together fragments of a forgotten language. As I progressed, a chilling prophecy unfurled before my eyes, its words searing themselves into my memory. The runes spoke of a gathering darkness, a malevolent force that sought to extinguish Obsidian's light and plunge it into an eternal abyss. But it was the revelation of a traitor within the city's ranks that sent a shiver down my spine, a traitor who would unwittingly become the harbinger of Obsidian's doom. Emerging from the catacombs, the weight of the prophecy heavy upon my heart, I found Obsidian bathed in the silvery glow of the moon. Yet the familiar nocturnal serenity was shattered by a palpable unease that hung in the air. The gargoyles, perched atop their obsidian perches, were not their usual tranquil selves. Their eyes, usually filled with a serene watchfulness, now burned with an intensity that mirrored the urgency gnawing at my soul. Their whispers, carried on the night wind, spoke of an impending darkness, confirming the grim truth revealed in the hidden chamber. I realized then that the gargoyles' vigilance was not merely a ceremonial duty, but a desperate defense against an encroaching evil. The prophecy had not only unveiled a threat to Obsidian, but had also ignited something within me, a dormant spark that pulsed with newfound energy. My calloused hands, accustomed to shaping stone, tingled with an unfamiliar warmth. A surge of power coursed through my veins, a power that resonated with the city's obsidian heart. I knew, with a certainty that defied logic, that my connection to the gargoyles was not merely a consequence of my craft, but a legacy etched into my very being. The prophecy had chosen me, Kaelan the carver's apprentice, as its unlikely instrument. Driven by a sense of purpose that transcended fear, I sought out the eldest of the gargoyles, Ethon. He was a weathered sentinel, his form sculpted by centuries of wind and rain, perched atop the obsidian spire that pierced the city's skyline. His eyes, as ancient as obsidian itself, met mine with a gaze that seemed to pierce through my facade and glimpse the truth hidden within. I shared the prophecy with Ethon, my voice trembling with a mixture of awe and trepidation. He listened with the patience of stone, his weathered features betraying a flicker of surprise. Though he had sensed the looming darkness, the prophecy's specifics had eluded him. "Young Kaelan," he rumbled, his voice echoing through the moonlit stillness, "the fate of Obsidian rests upon your shoulders. You must embrace your gargoyle lineage, awaken the power that slumbers within you, and steel yourself for the trials that await." Thus began a transformation that defied the natural order of things. Under Ethon's tutelage, I, a mere mortal, ventured into the realm of the gargoyles. I learned to harness the elemental energies that coursed through Obsidian's very veins, to draw upon the unyielding strength of the Obsidian itself, and to soar through the air on newfound wings that sprouted from my back, as if my very essence were adapting to a destiny long foretold. Each training session was a trial by fire, pushing my limits, forging my human frailty into something more resilient, more attuned to the gargoyle lineage that coursed through my blood. As the days turned into nights and the nights into days, my connection to the gargoyles deepened. Their whispers, once enigmatic murmurs, became a language I understood, a symphony of warnings and insights carried on the wind. Yet the prophecy's words continued to haunt me. The traitor in our midst, the one who would usher in Obsidian's downfall, remained a shadow, a spectre lurking in the city's blind spots. Driven by an unwavering resolve, I delved into the city's archives, seeking clues that would unveil the traitor's identity. Days turned into sleepless nights as I pored over dusty tomes and ancient scrolls, my fingers tracing the faded ink of forgotten histories. It was within a secluded alcove, tucked away in the depths of the archives, that I stumbled upon a collection of writings that spoke of a forgotten sect of mages, the Obsidian Cabal. These sorcerers, driven by an insatiable thirst for power, had once sought to bend the gargoyles to their will. Their ambitions had led to their downfall, but a lingering question gnawed at my mind. Could a remnant of this sect still exist, plotting Obsidian's demise from the shadows? The Obsidian Cabal's existence, shrouded in secrecy and fueled by forbidden knowledge, became an obsession. I sought out Elara, a reclusive scholar whose knowledge of Obsidian's history was unparalleled. She lived in a secluded tower on the city's outskirts, surrounded by books and artifacts that whispered of forgotten eras. With each question I posed, Elara's eyes, normally filled with the quiet contemplation of a scholar, ignited with a spark of alarm. She confirmed my suspicions, revealing that the Obsidian Cabal was not merely a legend, but a living, breathing threat. Their ranks were filled with individuals who craved power, who sought to harness the city's magic for their own selfish ends. At the head of this insidious organization was Malak, a sorcerer of immense power and cunning. He wore many masks, weaving his influence into the very fabric of Obsidian society, even holding a seat on the city council. But it was Malak's true intentions that chilled me to the core. He believed that the impending darkness, the very force that threatened to engulf Obsidian, was a source of limitless power, a conduit to unimaginable dominion. The prophecies pieces were falling into place, and the truth was as stark as the obsidian from which our city was carved. Malak, the sorcerer who masqueraded as a counselor, was the traitor. He would betray Obsidian, not out of malice, but out of a twisted desire to control the darkness and, through it, the city itself. Armed with this knowledge, a burden both heavy and empowering, I returned to Ethon. The gargoyles, ever vigilant, had sensed the growing darkness, their whispers becoming more urgent with each passing night. But it was my words, the revelation of the traitor in their midst, that galvanized them into action. Their stone eyes, usually serene, now burned with a righteous fury. The time for whispers had passed. The time for action was at hand. Obsidian's skyline, usually a tranquil tableau of moonlit spires and shadowed alleyways, was transformed into a battlefield. Gargoyles, their silent vigilance replaced with fierce determination, soared through the night sky, their obsidian wings casting ominous shadows. Their battle cries, a symphony of defiance against the encroaching darkness, echoed through the city's streets. The Obsidian Cabal, caught off guard by this sudden uprising, scrambled to defend their hidden strongholds. Their dark magic, a twisted perversion of Obsidian's natural energies, lashed out, warping the city's architecture into grotesque shapes. Buildings contorted, shadows danced, and the very air crackled with a malevolent energy. But the gargoyles, fueled by a righteous fury and guided by Ethon's unwavering resolve, fought with unmatched ferocity. Their stone claws tore through the Cabal's defenses, their obsidian wings deflecting spells with effortless grace. I, no longer a mere carver's apprentice, but a gargoyle in my own right, joined the fray. The magic I had honed under Ethon's tutelage flowed through me, empowering my strikes, shielding me from harm. The obsidian heart of the city resonated with my own, lending me strength and resilience. As the battle raged, I sought out Malak, drawn to his dark presence as a compass needle is drawn to the north. I found him atop the highest spire, his silhouette a stark figure against the chaos below. His eyes, ablaze with the power he sought to wield, met mine with a mixture of surprise and contempt. "Kaelan," he sneered, his voice dripping with venom, the lowly apprentice turned pretender. "You are but a pawn in a game far larger than you can comprehend." But I was no longer the apprentice he had dismissed. I was a guardian, a protector, a vessel for the city's ancient magic. Our battle was a clash of wills, a duel of magic that shook Obsidian to its core. Spells flew, each one a testament to the power we wielded, each one echoing through the city like a thunderclap. Malak, fueled by the encroaching darkness, proved to be a formidable adversary. His magic, twisted and amplified by the malevolent force he sought to control, warped the very fabric of reality around us. Obsidian's skyline danced and contorted, shadows stretching and twisting into monstrous shapes. But with each spell he cast, with each surge of dark energy, I felt a growing resistance within me. The obsidian heart of the city, coursing through my veins, pulsed with a defiant light, its energy resonating with my own. I drew upon this power, channeling it into my strikes, weaving it into my defenses. The prophecies' truth, the knowledge of Malak's betrayal, fueled my determination. I would not allow him to plunge Obsidian into eternal night. With a final surge of power, I summoned the city's obsidian heart, its energy enveloping me in a radiant aura. I felt my stone skin shimmer, my wings beat with newfound strength. Malak, his eyes wide with a mixture of surprise and fear, faltered. His dark magic, so potent moments ago, now withered and waned against the city's pure light. In that moment, the darkness within him, the insidious force that had sought to consume Obsidian, was exposed for what it truly was: a parasite feeding on his ambition, his desire for power. And as I delivered the final blow, shattering Malak's connection to the darkness, it recoiled, its tendrils of shadow retreating into the night sky like a wounded beast. The remaining members of the Obsidian Cabal, their leader defeated and their magic broken, were swiftly apprehended by the gargoyles. As dawn painted the horizon with hues of orange and gold, a hush fell over Obsidian. The city, battered but unbroken, emerged from the darkness. Its citizens, their hearts filled with both trepidation and hope, ventured out from their shelters to witness the aftermath of the battle. They gazed upon their gargoyle protectors, their wings spread wide against the rising sun, with a newfound reverence and gratitude. I, Kaelan, stood atop the highest spire, my stone wings outstretched, basking in the warmth of the morning light. Beside me stood Ethon, his ancient eyes filled with pride. "You have fulfilled the prophecy, young Kaelan," he rumbled, his voice echoing across the city. "You have saved Obsidian from a fate worse than darkness. You have embraced your destiny." I gazed out at the city I had protected, its obsidian walls gleaming like a beacon of hope against the vast expanse of the horizon. The prophecy had not only revealed a threat, but had also illuminated a path that led me to my true self, a path that transformed a carver's apprentice into a guardian, a protector, a whispering stone. And as I took my place among the gargoyles, their silent whispers echoing my own, I knew that my journey was far from over. For in a world where magic and darkness intertwined, there would always be a need for those who dared to stand against the shadows, to whisper warnings on the wind, and to protect the innocent.